Hello everyone, my name is Criminal Ambivalence, and as usual, I am doing Chainsaw Man stuff. I know I've been gone a while, I'm sorry for that. I've been enjoying doing the podcast and stuff, I hope to do more of those. But right now, I want to talk about this newest Chainsaw Man chapter, and why I think Nayuta is probably dead. So, let's go to the first one. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to mention is just that, supposedly, obviously Denji doesn't know where Nayuta is, but neither does, I'm forgetting his name, Chad Sheeta. And so public safety, at least if we assume that public safety is being honest here. And honestly, I read this as candid, so that's just an interesting premise to start with, that no one really knows where Nayuta is. So evidence one for Nayuta being dead. The first thing is just her circumstances. As we know, she can only produce 3 chains at once, and obviously there are more than 3 chains, or 3 people here to control with her chains. Her situation is seemed as pretty doomed, and Fujimoto is pretty used to presenting tragedy in his works, especially for self-sacrifice. Case in point, plug your ears if you have not read Fire Punch, but with Togata and her sacrifice. So maybe we're seeing a similar idea to that. Which brings me on to evidence piece number 2, which is that right after all those people came to get her, we got a flashback, like literally her life flashing before her eyes. And I don't need to tell you guys that in media, when, someone's life is flashing through their eyes, that is them sort of dying in a sense. And so I think Fujimoto is heavily implying here that she has passed, or at least that when we see her, she's going to be somehow different, perhaps reborn. And I have more evidence for this theory later. Okay, evidence number 3. The ceiling. When I first saw this as an Evangelion enjoyer, I immediately understood the reference that it's Shinji staring at the ceiling. Now, what was the most famous version of Shinji staring at the ceiling? It was after the death of Rei 2. And as we know, when Rei dies, she comes back to life, but without her memories. So, in the Chainsaw Man universe, when a devil dies, they get reborn, but just as a new person. So I think this could be a reference and foreshadowing that the Control Devil is going to continue to be a large part of Chainsaw Man, but in a different form. And as we can see here, it's almost identical. Like the unfamiliar ceilings, being stuck in the hospital bed. I couldn't see a more obvious reference to that. And so we gotta ask ourselves, why is he referencing that? And in my opinion, he's just trying to draw the parallel of a character dying and being reborn. And so this brings me on to another point, which I think that Fujimoto is going to bring back power in some way or form, because power basically says come and find me at some point. And so if Nayuta dies, I think what we're going to see is Denji going to have a reason to try to bring people back, like almost revert to a previous life form, in the same way Shinji tries to do in the Rebuild movies. Maybe that's too much of a stretch, but I think that could be a driving factor. And I think that Fujimoto foreshadowed that in his the ending of part 1, when he talks about power. Finally, evidence 4 is this scene right here. So sorry, I don't know either, but so Fujimoto likes to subvert our expectations. I think by saying this, he's implying that she somehow survived. And I think that he wants the audience to hope that she somehow survived, while kind of implying that she died. And the reveal is going to be, no, she really died. And Fujimoto likes to do these kind of, I don't know how to describe them, like double expectations, where he like sets you up to think she's dying, and then he gives you a little hope that she's not dying, or something's not going to happen, and then he reveals it did happen. And he does a lot of that, like it's like a fake out. Like he gives you this fake hope and then pulls the rug out from under you. And that's something he does a lot. And I think he's setting us up for that. And so I just wanted to talk about, this for a little bit. I don't really have anything else, This is my whole slideshow. We'll end on Ray die. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is just a couple of my thoughts and some media parallels I saw and some evidence as to why I think she's going to die. A lot of people have been complaining that Part 2 has not had stakes. Well, you know, I hope you enjoy them now, if she did die. This is your guys' fault. I just hope you know that. Like, you know, people beg for there to be stakes, and then when someone dies, people get upset. And so I'm wondering how the fan base is going to respond to this, because I'm like 90% sure, and I know I'm going to eat my words, because now that I've like officially predicted this, it's not going to happen, but I really think this is what he's going for. Anyways, like I wanted to say, I hope to upload more frequently in the future. Maybe, you know, maybe I'll do more live streams. Life's getting busy, guys, but I do miss you. I do like making YouTube videos. Live streams is an easy way for me to do that. So much love. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a comment, and you know, let me know what you want to see more of. Chainsaw Man stuff, whatever. Yep. So.